Republican Congressman from Louisiana, John Fleming. And Representative Fleming, good to see you. Good morning.
Good morning, Alex.
I know that you supported this bill. What did John Boehner say to you that convinced you to back it, and how much convincing did you need?
Well, I really was a skeptic and have been a skeptic. I voted against some of the other initiatives that the Speaker has brought along. But you have to think, Alec, of this as a four-round contest. Number one is to change the spending paradigm in Washington. And that's exactly what we accomplished with the vote last night. This is the largest cut in spending in modern times from our federal government. Number two, pretty soon is going to be a tough debate on raising the debt limit. Then there will be the debate on the 2012 budget, which will be Paul Ryan's pathway to prosperity. And then finally, after we get all the members of Congress on record on their votes, we're going to have a terrific contest in 2012 over who's going to be the President of the United States, who is going to lead us back to prosperity, and also who is going to control the House and the Senate. So this is just the first round, Alec, and I think we want it for the American people.
Representative Fleming, though, you say that you're a skeptic. How about the Tea Party members there, and to what extent they pushed back with John Boehner? I mean, what was their reaction when all was said and done?
I think it's mixed. Many of them get it that this is only the first bite of the apple, that whether it's $39 billion or whether it's $61 billion, we're only talking about a small difference when you look at the $2 trillion that we plan to save over the next 10 years under Paul Ryan's plan. So again, it's the ideological switch here. We've reset the baseline of spending for Washington. This is a monumental change in direction, but unfortunately, for some, it's just not enough immediate dollars. But you can't do it just in one vote. It's a stepwise process.
Indeed, but are you concerned that the so-called Tea Party members of your caucus could hold up important legislation like this and maybe damage the party as a whole with the more independent voters? That, look, we know everybody seeks that. It's that middle independent 10% or so that really makes a difference in these closely held elections.
I think there will be a few Tea Party members of our Tea Party caucus, and I am, by the way, one of the 40 or so members of the Tea Party caucus, and I believe in the precepts of the Tea Party. But I really think most of us will vote for this, and I certainly think it will pass the House without much problem.
So you don't envision any changes to the long-term bill before the vote takes place before Friday?
Well, no. I think this is something where this thing is, we only have 2 or 3 days to get this done. There's not time to put this through a big process of amendments and so forth. So it's going to be a take it or leave it deal, and I think we will take it.
Well, that's actually because you guys have to vote on it by Wednesday.
Yes.
Democrats compromised by increasing the amount of cuts more than six-fold from the president's initial proposal. Does this give the Democrats any sort of leverage when they try to debate the 2012 budget?
I really think, as I say, this is a game changer. No longer will we be debating in Washington whether or not to cut spending. The debate from now on is going to be how much to cut spending. And remember that there's some awesome provisions of this bill that I really like. For instance, it's going to require audits of some aspects of Obamacare, which we're terrified about, the waiver process, the picking the winners and losers. Also, it defunds the IRS enforcement of the individual mandates. It also defunds abortions in D.C., the Dornan Amendment. So we really have some wins on several fronts, both on the spending and the policies. So I think it fundamentally changes the direction we're going in Congress and sets the stage for what's going to be happening over the next year and a half.
Give me a temperature gauge of what is going to be happening over the next year and a half. Is it going to be hot, warm, tepid, cool? What kind of a mess are we looking at here?
This fight, this round one, is nothing like what you're going to see over the debt ceiling debate. That's going to be a very tough one. And I can tell you that it's not going to pass unless something fundamentally is added to that that's going to change America forever, whether it's a balanced budget amendment, defunding, if not repealing Obamacare. It's going to be a big, tough fight. But we've got to do that to get to, again, the ultimate, which is a FY12 budget, which is going to take us over the next 10 years. And then finally, who is worthy to represent the American people in Washington? America is going to be watching what we do on these first 3 rounds.
As will we, sir. Thank you very much. From Louisiana, Representative John